Okay. Bill Belichick.
Belichick. What's going on with him?
Where the fuck is he going? Everybody's saying he's about to get fired.
Well, he's not. I mean, and we'll cover a little bit of that about this.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you think about it, now that like you start looking at the legacy of what the Patriots were, right?
Right.
And you have to think like, okay, who really made that dynasty? Was it really Belichick? Was it Patricia? Was it all these head coaches and everyone, the offensive coordinator, all the other two coaches just went somewhere else and they did shit. As soon as Tom Brady left and his legacy's gone, Belichick hasn't done shit. So I mean,
exactly. Yeah, it's just so weird. And they're saying, and like it's the craziest part I think to me is they're saying Bill Belichick like won't retire.
Well, no, he's a war dog, and what I mean by that, hang on, I'm turning on my TikTok live over here.
Very good.
Let me see where this thing is.
Kevin K80, what's up, man? Why don't you say what's up to Bryce, huh? He said, "What's up, Nasty?"
Who's that?
Kevin K in the chat.
Kevin K, what up, brother? I'm going. Let me see. Let me put this on
Bill
here.
Belichick's. Let's see. These are the prospected teams he's supposed to be going to. Chicago Bears, Las Vegas Raiders, Chargers, Commanders, Giants. Okay, I mean,
yeah, that's a pretty good list.
Yeah, I mean, if I was guessing now, I would guess he has to go what, the Giants or the Bears. He has to go to a bigger market. I mean,
he's going to be one of those coaches that end up just dying from, you'll hear that he just like, he was there last Sunday and now he's in the hospital and a week after that he'll be dead. Like he's going to be one of those coaches.
Right, like Popovich and stuff. And like,
yeah, for sure. Another one, yeah.
Like, just please retire.
Oh, yeah. Fucking bulb go out? Come on, bro. What up, everybody? What's going on? We got some people coming in the room, Bryce?
Oh, yeah, we got some people coming in here. Oh, yeah, slowly making their way in. Just letting those notifications start flying everywhere, bring everybody in.
Yeah, I got it.
We're live.
Let me get my big head in front of the TV over here and turn on this phone. How does the logo look on camera?
Oh, it looks really good. It looks sick up there. Yeah, how's chat? How are you guys feeling about the McNasty Sports logo up there on the TV?
I got it. Soon it's going to be the chat. Listen, guys, and I haven't started the show yet, but soon that logo is going to be big and we're going to have different slideshows and shit we're going to be talking about that day. So it's over. It's going to be changing, but we got the little neon little logo going.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you do have to tell us the story about the cock at some point.
Which one? The rooster?
Yeah, because I don't even know the story, and I've known you for almost a year now.
Let's take a vote. Everybody in the show, and guys, I know I'm live on TikTok, and I'm live on Twitter, and I'm live everywhere, Twitch, YouTube. But if you guys in the comments, let me know if you guys want to know about what the whole cock on my hand, the rooster, we'll call it. I don't know if we're allowed to even say cock anymore. Is that a canceled word?
It's borderline. I mean, we're using it as a bird term, so.
But it's sad the world we live in is that's what we have to do now.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, yeah, we're making videos, and Gutsy was making a video the other day, and he was talking about the New Mexico, and I was like, dude, like you can't. I don't know if you can say any of those words.
No, you can't. That's what's sad about this whole situation.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see. It's a gamecock, exactly.
Yeah, it's a gamecock. That's what it truly. I mean, that's the technical word for it. I mean, what are we supposed to do?
Right. I got a friend who's went to South Carolina, and she has a shirt that literally they sell in the bookstore that says like really small letters, South Carolina, and then it just says Cox, just huge lettering right on the shirt, and it's so funny.
Sweet.
All right, baby. Let's I think we got enough people in here. Let's get rolling, huh?
You want to get rolling?
Let's get rolling.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Nasty from Nasty Sports. Guys, we are in the sports dungeon. If you're watching me from Twitch, YouTube, maybe over here on TikTok, over here on we got Twitter. I don't even know what else we got going on, but we're trying to just cover all the bases, guys. And if you want to find all the links, guys, go into my social bios. There's a link to take you into the Twitch feed. If you want to talk Everyone that's on TikTok, guys, make sure you share this out. But if you want to talk and I don't know, we have a bunch of people in the Twitch. Go to the main link here on TikTok, and you could go right into the Twitch and participate. We ask questions. We talk about a bunch of different things. On today's show, guys, I might have a guest. He might come on. He might not. We'll see what happens. If not, we just keep rolling. The second thing is tomorrow, I have a very special guest. We are putting on the official dog of all dog houses. This is for the real dogs of the industry. I'm putting my very first Hall of Fame person on the doghouse. It'll always be there from the end of times until I stop doing this show. Maybe I'll be like Belichick, Bryce. Maybe I'll just keep doing it till I'm like, I'll be rolling in on a fucking wheelchair and I'll talk sports and
Yeah, we'll have to like do body like waist up so we can change your diaper midway through and
that would be a fucking nightmare. If you guys have to change my diapers, just put a bullet, a one beautiful shot in my head.
Right? Yeah. It's we'll keep it going.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk some sports, guys. We're gonna talk about the slate last night. We're gonna talk about what I like today, what I'm kind of leaning on. Also, guys, if you want to go onto Spotify now, we're working on Apple Tunes, but Spotify, I have a show that I put out every morning. It's about a 10-minute show. It's just a voice recording. If you're on your way to work, it gives you my favorite leans of the day. I record that. I upload it. So that show's on there. Go look up Nasty Sports, McNasty Sports. I forget what I have it under there, but go on there, Spotify, and all the other places. I know iHeartRadio has it. But a lot of people love iTunes, so I'm trying to get the show put on there. But until then, I have the 10-minute show, and then I have this show that I upload. So if you're just driving and you're commuting, you have an hour's worth of time. I have you could re-listen to this show too. Like I said, we're going to go over our slates today, what I like. Not a lot going on today. We have college basketball. We have Thursday night football tomorrow. And there's some stories breaking out I want to talk about. I want to talk about Coach Harbaugh and what he's doing over there at Michigan. What do you guys feel? I start putting this in the comments because this is going to be important. Do you think that the Michigan University and everything they've been doing about stealing signs, do you really believe that tainted I'm not tainted because that does taint his career, and the school in itself, but do you guys really think that they use those signs to get a better leg? Go look at the competition who they played this year. They played a bunch of nobody. So, I mean, you have Stephen A. Smith that says they should fucking not be allowed to play in the, if they're the top 4, that they should be banned this year. Anyway, just tell me what your thoughts are on that. I want to know. Also, Bryce, wasn't Gutsy talking about the university, the state of New Mexico, something about they were bringing in some hardware and like threatening other, I know we can't use certain words here on social media these days, but is that true?
Yeah, so I'll give you the PG-13 lowdown of it. So New Mexico State University, I believe it was their basketball team, was what do you call it when you haze? They're like hazing other players for either not trying hard enough or just pushing them with pew-pews, and they were like forcing them to do really weird essay, the essay word. They were forcing them to do really weird stuff with pew-pews and just like trying to get them. I don't know. It's a huge story. It's like Penn State, all over again.
Yeah, no, that's great. And so you guys know, I grew up and played basketball in that area my whole life. I lived literally 30 minutes away from New Mexico State University. And I know the people out there sometimes can be crazy, but this is completely, I've heard of hazing stories, Bryce, but this is like to bring in hardware and threaten people to you don't even hear that on the playground these days. It doesn't even make sense, does it?
No, absolutely insane. And I had hazing. I'm that weird age. I was on the edge of all that shit. I had hazing. Hazing was the last year of my high school. Going into my freshman year was the last year.
No, it's absolutely that's in this world and today and what we're talking about, how you lose control of your locker room as a Division I college team where guys are coming in with hardware, right? That and telling other players they better perform or else is just ludicrous to me. It's just like, it's the craziest fucking thing I've heard in a long time.
Yeah.
What does everyone in the comments think? Well, I mean, is that crazy, or should we, I mean, maybe we should see some more of this. I mean, is it good for sports? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm crazy and I feel like it's funny, but it doesn't even feel like a true story.
Right. Like, it definitely feels like there's got to be something more to the story. I don't know. Past the D saying we just had wedgies.
Yeah, right.
We just got wedgies back in the day.
Or listen, when I was in high school, I remember being on the football team and being a freshman, and we used to have to like carry people's equipment or like off and onto the bus or something like that, or they'd get this shit that was called like fire bomb. It was like kind of like icy hot but super hot, and guys would rub that on someone's neck or on their fucking, just because it burns for hours, right? But nothing to the extent of bringing in all these things and threatening guys' life.
Yeah, it's weird. And like Swaggy Germ Boy saying, like, don't you think this happens elsewhere but just hasn't been public yet?
I mean, you gotta be like, whoever's leading the locker room, you gotta be a complete G, because everyone else has got to be like, wait a minute, I didn't come to school here for this. I mean, what the hell? I was just in high school, now I'm in college, and dudes are threatening my life if I don't perform or grab a rebound. It's ludicrous.
Right. Yeah, it definitely happens at other schools, but I don't know, man. D1 programs, like, I just don't see it happening in a lot of D1 programs, like big schools, big D1 programs. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's crazy. And guys, listen, and I know we're new around here, and Bryce, let me know, interrupt me at any time if anyone has an opinion on Michigan and the whole, stealing signs and all that. And I really dove into it this morning to figure out, like, dude, they had like a guy in disguise on the other sideline. Did you see that?
Yeah, they hired a ex-Navy SEAL.
That is crazy to me. Like, and here's the thing. I'm somebody that thinks like, wait a minute, this should be part of the game. And maybe I'm wrong, and a lot of you motherfuckers are gonna go, dude, you're completely wrong, and I know this. But if I'm able to steal your sign, I think I should get an advantage. Same thing. You don't think there's cheating in baseball? Remember the whole Houston Astros where they're hitting the tin can thing or whatever?
Oh yeah, hitting the drums or the garbage cans.
Personally, and I'm not a Houston Astros fan at all, but personally, I think that was perfectly fine. Like, I mean, if they could, I don't know, it just makes sports more interesting if you could find a way to get an edge a little bit better without like I don't know. I just can't grab the words around it to say like I think it should be allowed without it being allowed.
I've had a very similar opinion about that, actually. I think if you can do it in natural ways, it's totally fine. But as the second you use technology or anything that is like hidden, like the Astros are also using like those vibrating devices. That's why Altuve didn't want to take off his jersey, because he had that, that like cord in them that was vibrate what pitch it was.
Right.
But if you can use trash cans, use trash cans. If you can disguise someone to go to the other sideline and that other team is dumb enough not to notice that this dude doesn't belong here, like,
it's fair game, right?
Fair game, baby.
What is everyone else saying in the comments? What do we got there?
Stealing signs is a part of all sports, but technology or props shouldn't be a part of it. That's where I'm at. Ban them from the playoffs. Bama fan.
Oh, that's a Bama fan, right?
That's a Bama fan.
Now, here's the thing. Listen, I think, okay, so if they were stealing signs, right, and their schedule at the beginning of the season was very simple. They went through them, and they went through them like a hot knife through butter. Now they're coming up on Ohio State, Penn State, and all that. Okay, so obviously they're not stealing signs there. And if they win, wouldn't you say that's fair game? Like, what? I mean, I know there's an advantage to stealing someone's signs, but for God's sakes, if they can beat Penn State and Ohio State in these next few games without sign stealing, isn't that prove something?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're good enough. I mean, I don't think they're going to lose those games without stealing signs anyways. So I think they're still winning those games. But I don't even know why they stole signs. Like, they're a good enough team.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't. It's just crazy when you hear these stories. And guys on TikTok, if you're just coming in, go to my main profile and jump into the stream of Twitch, because I can't read the comments here, but we have a whole room full of people that are just chit-chatting. The link is in the bio, and we're just having a good time here.
And I was gonna say, and that's what brings us to the weird part, and the chat's kind of talking about this right now as well. Steroids. Me, Gutsy, and I don't know if you have this opinion, but me and Gutsy have the exact same opinion. Steroids save baseball. I mean,
oh, absolutely.
The only reason
Guys,
baseball's popular.
here's the thing about steroids. If you want to be a juice head and you want to perform better, it's only better for the fan, right? I mean, if you're smacking balls 600 yards out of the stadium, you don't think that's exciting? That's pretty exciting to me. Or even in basketball or football. I don't care. I know it's not healthy for the players, but hey, if they want to enhance their performance for my better pleasure of paying $300 for a ticket, I'm all for it. But maybe, who am I, right? I mean, I'm just a sports junkie dude.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we have most of the people in here, I'm thinking, are saying like steroids are already in most sports, in every sport, a type of steroid, which is totally true. I mean, they're still using steroids to this day, just in different ways. But most of the people are saying like, just let them do it. Like, that's, they want to get that athletic performance to a certain level, go right ahead.
Yeah, sure. Okay, switching us a few subjects now. Yesterday we talked about Auburn was playing, who did we say? Auburn was playing Baylor. Remember? And I told you guys, Baylor was the ranked team, ranked 20th in the nation, and they were getting plus points. And I told you guys, anytime you see that, you either got to take the opposite side or walk away from the game. Yesterday, I didn't place one bet. I was a little cold from this all these favorites winning on Sunday. And I think the record, there was 14 games, all the primetime road dogs, the favorites, it was like a favorite Sunday, everything, all the way down the board. I think all the favorites, it was 14 games, and I think 11-3 were favorites winning, and it was 10-4 with the favorites winning and covering. So somebody like me that bets crazy on one side or the other, it kind of smoked my ass, especially with the Dolphins. But with that being said, I told you guys you either got to walk away. Auburn was up by 10 at halftime, and then all of a sudden I looked at the phone and Baylor just took off again on them. So, I mean, that was one that you would have had to sit out and not take. But did some people take Baylor? Did you guys see the game? What did you guys think about the game?
I'm getting like most people are on Auburn.
No, I saw the books. Everyone loved it was like 70% of the money was on Auburn.
Yeah. Big Hit Mark throws in, here's a tip in all caps. If you see a team that's very popular on social media, take that team first half money line. They usually choke late. It's kind of true.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I always tell people, and I don't have the stat to back this up, Bryce, but it is so hard when you have a almost equal game. Whoever wins the first half usually loses the second half. And I mean, it's so hard for a team to control both halves of basketball. That's why I always say sometimes you might want to sit back, watch if you're able to live bet. But sometimes the best position is to live bet, because at halftime, they were down probably by double digits. And what was the spread at halftime? Does anyone know? It would have had to been like plus 7.5, plus 8.5 Baylor.
Yeah, I had to have been something along those lines. Real quick, Venom X Skills, first time chatter from Australia.
Hey, we got someone international. What the fuck, bro?
We're going worldwide, baby.
All right, we're worldwide. And listen, before you read me his comment, I was in Australia, dude. What a beautiful fucking country you guys have. When I was in the military, we went down there and did a tandem thrust. For all you guys who don't know me, guys, I was in the military for 7 years. I did a ton of work right after 9/11. But when I was in Australia, I was in a town called Townsville, Australia. Had the time of my life. Was there for 2 months. Anyway, what did you say, Bryce?
You just said hi from Australia. Let's get it.
Oh, fucking hi from Aussie, baby.
Yeah,
and listen,
baby.
I went to my first rugby game in Australia, and that was a fucking blast. Everyone drinking, everyone having a good time, no problems. These guys are full contact. So here's the thing about the NFL. Everyone's crying about don't do this, but you go to Australia, there's no these guys have like elbow pads and knee pads. A few guys wear helmets or like the little soft helmet thing to protect your ears.
Yeah.
And remember, this was like 20 years ago, but these guys are blasting each other. So I don't know what the hell's going on.
Jeez. We have a couple. Yeah. Venom's saying we need some NFL games here. Yeah, that'll happen some point when we get them
really. And guys, in the chats, everyone, just for my pleasure, tell me where you're from. I want to know where you're watching the show from. Represent your city or where you lived, or maybe if you have a lean tonight, you guys, the chat room's open. I interact with you guys. It's not just me babbling about what I think and what I'm doing. I love to interact with you guys, no matter how big this show gets. And maybe it stays this way. Maybe it's just all fugazi on my part, but I'm always going to interact. I always want to know what the hell everyone's thinking. I'm a man of the people, right?
Yes, sir. Gelfer is saying I've been plus money since joining last week. Love this content. So shout out you. And I'll get to where everybody's from here in just a minute. I'm just gonna let them all pour in. I know some people are a little slower on the keyboards.
And guys, if you want all my content, guys, and I've been professionally handicapping for 28 years. 28 years. 2 more years will make 30 years. I feel like an old fucking man now. But guys, right there, he put it up on the screen. Join SoBet. It's $10 a month, and you get all my picks, my plays via text. And it also you get everyone else who's on the platform. There's tons of people who are on that platform. And listen, I always give out the caution. I don't know everybody. I don't know. I know a handful of people on this, right? So it's hard for me to vouch for anyone, but it's for the same price, you get everyone's information, and it's helpful because a lot of times people will put out something like, whoa, it could be anything. It could be like, the fire alarms were pulled on the Ravens last night. The Ravens had to switch hotels. Maybe that's big. Maybe you don't want to bet them, right? But it could be the simplest thing, but for $10, it's so worth it.
Yes, sir. And let's get to where everybody's from. Past the D, Milwaukee. We got Des Moines, Iowa, Texas, San Antonio, Maryland, Miami, Florida, Gulf Shores, Alabama. Longbow
Nice.
Hunter Larry coming in with I'm a nomad. I live in my car.
Larry, always appreciate Larry. It seems like there's like 10 Larrys, right? Because when I'm talking here, we see Larry, and then when I see him in my Discord, I see Larry over in someone else's show. This guy's everywhere.
Larry is a diehard SoBet guy, and we love Larry to the fucking moon, man. Burlington, Connecticut. Never been to the East Coast personally. Nasty is cheaper than Netflix. Exactly.
Nasty's cheaper than Netflix. Sometimes the quality of the content is a little lower than Netflix, but hey, that's why and guys, this is just the beginning. I'm going to get crazy on this fucking show. I'm just getting my feet wet on this show. We're going to be bringing in, listen, right now I'm in talks with the king of the 4-rounder, Butterbean. If you guys saw him the other night, he came onto my live on TikTok. I was on TikTok, for everyone that was on TikTok. The king of the 4-rounder came on. He was talking. He gave me his personal number. I'm in talks to get him on the show. We got so many questions. He says now he could knock out Mike Tyson. How many of you guys know who the king of the 4-rounder is? His name's Butterbean. And if you're on TikTok, go give him a follow. Go tell him you want to see him on Nasty Nation. Go on the show. But this guy is now saying he could fight Tyson and knock him out. He called out Jake Paul. And I'm going to throw myself into the ring, and I'm going to ask this guy. I will fly to Atlanta to get in the ring with Butterbean. I'm 6'2", 230. I think I could hang in there. And I think what did we set it at? 4 rounds, Bryce. The over-under at 1.5.
Over-under's got to be 1.5, yeah.
Do you guys, I know we have new people in the comment section. Do you guys think I could hang with Butterbean at least 1.5 rounds? I think I can move. He looks a little slow. So I think I could outmaneuver him, maybe jab, maybe stick and move, but we'll see.
I would put Butterbean by knockout probably plus 180.
Come on.
I love you, Nasty. But he's the king of knockouts. How many knockouts do you have, you know? He's got knockouts on the record. I mean, I gotta say.
Yeah, no, he's a deadly man. If you go look at his hand, it looks like a sledgehammer. I mean,
you're definitely
I was talking about this yesterday, and it's just so until I get him on this show, we're gonna entice him, we're gonna poke him, we're gonna see what happens, but he's got to come on the show. I mean,
100%. He has.
I sent him a message of showing him that my uncles. I remember my uncles and my dad back in the day. The local bookie would drive up to the house, right? We'd all be watching the fights, and my dad and them would be placing fucking wagers on Butterbean. So he won the family tons of money, but now it's my turn to maybe give him a little chin check. Let's see if he takes the.
Hey, you by knockout's got to be what, plus 600, plus 550?
Me, my knockout has got to be plus 1,000. I mean, I would have to literally catch a haymaker on the right spot.
Yeah, you'd have to get right behind that ear. What all those fighters say, when they get hit behind the ear, they always get the lights taken out.
Is there anything anyone wants to talk about? Today's kind of just like a free day. In a minute, we're just talking fucking sports. We talked about New Mexico State. We talked about Michigan. What did everyone say about Michigan, Bryce? Did they agree with the?
Yeah, they're, like I said earlier, they want them. Someone wanted them banned from the playoffs as an Alabama fan.
I mean, I understand that too. I mean, listen. What's fair is fair. You can't just, because a lot of people are saying, and especially Stephen A. Smith, he said, like, listen, and they sucked for the last few years. And then all of a sudden, now it comes out that they've just been doing good. They were one game away from going. I mean, they went to the national championship and got fucking dog walked, right? And then the second year, TCU came out and said, listen, we knew that Michigan was stealing signs, and they were doing like, did you hear about this, Bryce?
Yeah.
They were doing like counter signage so that Michigan would think they're doing one thing and they'd do another thing. And then that's how they ended up beating Michigan, I guess. They played their own game with them.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys know that. And so.
Yeah. So a couple questions here. Dan San is actually asking, who do you support in footy? Do you have a footy team? Do you have a soccer team that you like?
A soccer team? Soccer is one of those things. Like, are you talking like World Cup? Are you talking the Premier League? What are you? I mean, what are they talking? I'm somebody. I appreciate the sport, and I always do bet on it. But I don't have a team that I'm like, let these guys be the guys, and I'll be excited. I'm just up for, like, World Cup. I fucking love the World Cup, women's or men. I love it.
Yeah. Personally, I think I'd say Liverpool. Born in the Anfield, I'll die in the Anfield. Does Wemby show out? We are on his first Madison Square Garden game, which Wes, by the way, is going to.
Well, okay. Who? Wes? Oh, our Wes is going to that game?
Our Wes is going to be there, yeah.
Nice. Wemby, which I like to. Can we agree as a sports community to call him Gumby? I would love it. It's got like a little shot to him. Wemby seems like I just like the word Gumby. I think he'd play better if he felt insulted. But anyway, going to Madison Square Garden, who's going to be guarding them? I think these Knicks are a little bit tougher, thick-skinned guys. I think like Randall's going to be a little bit more aggressive towards him. But, I mean, the guy's a freak of nature. What's his over-under on points?
Take a look at it right now. He's got to be, let's see.
Do we have someone sitting in the
No.
Oh,
that's me. Let's see. Player points. He is sitting at 18.5, which is kind of where he's been all year.
18.5. I mean, he's got 10 shots. That's what it comes down to, right? Like, maybe he hits 7 shots plus a few free throws. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot when you think about it. But Popovich is the king of trying to control shit. So does he let him play? Does he pull him? Does he try to teach? I hate, just for the record, if there's one coach that I can't stand, it's Popovich. I've never liked the guy. I don't know why. I just think that sometimes some of these coaches are like bigger than the game, and they make the game about themselves. Same thing, Belichick. I've never been a big Belichick fan. I've never been a Popovich fan. There's been a few coaches that just are not on my favorite list.
Right.
But, getting 20 points in the Madison Square Garden, it seems like he'd be motivated to do it.
Yeah, and I think if you're going to take Wemby over the 18.5, San Antonio Spurs are plus 10.
Yeah, plus 10.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about that?
I think the Knicks are, they're never a first half team. They always seem to be better in the second half. I mean, if anything, I could see San Antonio coming out strong and keeping up with them. Remember, someone asked me in the comments yesterday, they said, what do you always mean about that the dog is for the first half and the full game is for the fucking favorite? Is I think teams that come in, they make adjustments. If you're a dog, you make adjustments. If you're a favorite team or somebody that's always winning, you're somebody that just says, hey, if the wheel's not broken, we're not going to fix it. It's just human nature in sports. If you feel like whatever you've been doing is what is got you there to get the win, then you don't make a lot of changes. So I always like when a dog comes in and they have the advantage of making adjustments to what has been making you win. Does that make sense, Bryce?
Yeah.
Okay, so if anything, I would like the Spurs first half if I was going to play anything.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I would be leaning. I do have a couple of leans today, guys. If you want to know my absolute favorite game today, it's the Kings at home, the late night game. I think the Kings, I think they've lost 3 in a row. I think they haven't lit the beam in a long time, and I think it's ready for them to fucking just say, hey, we need to wake up. It's -8. I don't think they should have a hard problem fucking winning by double digits tonight at home. They don't have strong. Who are they playing? Portland, right?
Yeah, Trailblazers.
Yeah, the Trailblazers. I truly loved. I mean, if you ask me any game, it'd be that one. Okay. I do also like. Who's playing? Bryce, say who's playing Indiana before I pull it up. Not Indiana, I'm sorry. Go to college basketball. I'm going to go through what I like today. Also, Reggie Jackson, guys. His under on 7.5 rebounds and assists. I already capped that. I'm going to take it. I love the under here. He's not getting a lot more playing time than you would think with Murray being out. But he's definitely not going to get rebounds because he's not going to, unless the ball is a long rebound. There's tons of big men on there, both sides. The Pacers, I mean, not the Pacers. Denver and Golden State are in the bottom 10 of the league at pace per position. So there's not going to be a lot of like run and gunning. And I think Reggie, when I watch Reggie play, he just dribbles a lot. So he's always looking for his own shot. So under 7.5, I'm taking that as my favorite player prop tonight. Does anyone else have a player prop that you guys like?
I'm seeing Dirty Texas, I'm guessing that's your name, is Spurs +10 all day. He's loving the Spurs +10.
All right, there it is.
So he's hoping for the Spurs to adjust to the first half adjustments.
And also, what did I tell you the other night? I told you guys the Pacers have been absolute money at home. These guys have been just tearing through the league while they've been at home early so far. I would also take the -6.5 right there against the Jazz. I don't see why they would stop winning at home the way they've been doing. I also love the 76ers at home first half. You know, if anything, the motivation for these two teams is that the 76ers always feel like, you know, this is the new Knicks and Bulls of my time, right? 76ers cannot, it just seems like the Celtics have the 76ers numbers. I love the 76ers first half. I don't know what's going to happen in the full game, but I think the 76ers jump out. If you figure out the storyline, it has to be that Boston comes from behind and steals a game. 2 nights ago, Boston went into overtime. They're on the road again. Give me the 76ers first half money line. I am going to play that tonight.
Yeah, stack it up over on TikTok is saying Sixers money line revenge game. So
yeah, I like it. Like I said, Kings over the Trailblazers straight up. And if you want my +1,000, and guys, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start dropping a half unit I'm going to do a 2-teamer +1,000. You don't have to follow me. I just feel like when you do the math, that means that I have to hit 1 out of 20 just to break even. If I find a 2-teamer that is +1,000 and I hit 1 out of 20, I break even. If I could just find a way to drop a half unit and hit 2, you're profitable. I think I could hit 2 +1,000s, Bryce, in a matter of 20, couldn't I?
Yeah, I mean, once a day, you just gotta hope you get a couple hot days in a row. Start seeing something that
even if you just hit 1 a week, the math behind it is that you got to hit 2 to be profitable. 1 out of 20, you got to break even, right? So, right. Anyway, so that the +1,000 is, and now follow me with this. And I'm looking at the NBA as a weird sport. The Pistons have been losing. They got a bunch of young guns. They're going into Milwaukee tonight, and they've lost like 5 games in a row. I'm going to take the Pistons to win, and I'm going to take the Kings -8. It's over, actually. I think it's +1,500 or something. So
yeah, I'm getting it on FanDuel for +1113.
Yeah, see? So
So
I like to
fun.
pick spots in the NBA. Same thing with hockey. At any time, these guys are all professionals. All it takes is the Bucks to have a down game and the Pistons to say, fuck, all we've been doing is losing lately. Let's see if we could steal one. And if I'm on the right side, we're gonna see if we could catch it. But that's a plus 1100. Let's go to college basketball. Syracuse. Who's playing Syracuse?
I don't even Canisius.
I think you pronounce it Synesis.
I've never even heard of that college, and
It's a small college. They're up there with I think with Iona. They're up there with they're them little small school up north. But plus 14 guys. I think it's Canisius University. I think that's how you say it, Bryce. But anyway, they're bringing back like 8 players plus their top scorer from last year. They're playing Syracuse, who has now abandoned the 2-3 zone. Syracuse already got their first win against New Hampshire. Guys, New Hampshire kept up with Syracuse. This other team has some size, right? Canisius. I wish they just changed their name. I don't even like saying Canisius. I'm probably saying it wrong. But Canisius has some size. They have their best scorer, and they're bringing some what would it be called? When you're all involved together, what would that be?
Some chemistry, some camaraderie.
Yeah, so they're bringing back a whole team from last year, and plus 14, that means that Syracuse would have to be, by the end of the game, with one possession left, they have to be holding a 17-point lead not to get backdoored. I'm going to go with them, plus 14. Don't be surprised if Canisius is up by fucking halftime, though. I don't like the Syracuse team. I think they're trying to figure out the whole defense still. They lost a bunch of players in their transfer portal, and they barely beat New Hampshire. Don't be surprised if this team is losing by halftime.
Canisius versus Syracuse.
Canisius.
Canisius. If you were to explain that to someone who's like not from this, not from this country, they would think we're talking about like Roman Empire type shit.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, some
Greek goddess or something.
Some Pegasus that rides, down from the gods or some shit. Yeah, for sure. What else did I look at that looked? I mean, we have a lot of crazy games. I'm just looking through these. I'm trying to see what. Isn't it weird that FAU is only minus 5.5 to what was the old lady's name? She was like from St. Mary, not St. Mary. What was it called?
From Loyola?
Yeah,
Chicago?
Loyola. Yeah. But this team finished this is the same team that went to the Sweet 16. They went to the Final Four, and now something's weird about this. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If it seems too good, you either got to walk. Do not take minus. I don't know. Just FAU is now only. What is the line? What's the active line, Bryce?
Let me see. It is. Oh wow, it's not going to show you. Give me one sec here.
I'm still looking at this, and I'm going to go over what I think is going to happen in the Chicago game. Everyone in the comments, and guys, if you're just coming on to TikTok right now, go over to my main profile. Click there. There's a link that takes you to my live show. We have everyone in the chat room that we're reading the comments from. I can't really see the comments on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram. So jump on to the Twitch side.
FAU's minus 5.5 is at least what it opened at.
The line is going down. I think it opened at 6.5.
Is that what it opened at? Is that 6.5 actually right now? FAU's minus.
Is it? Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right. So that's what we got going on with that. I haven't put out my plays. Yesterday, I didn't touch anything. I needed a little break to think about my fucking sorry-ass Sunday. But we're going back into football tomorrow, and we will talk that tomorrow. But just so that you know what I'm leaning, I love the Bears in this spot. I mean, Panthers are horrible. When you look at the Panthers, I don't even know how they beat the Texans, but the Bears have played 2 tough teams, 2 tough defenses, pretty decent offenses. And I think now they're going back at home. I think they could get a win here. I think they win by at least a touchdown. And again, I'm going to go to the well. What's his name? What was his name that the tight end for Chicago, Bryce?
Cole Kmet.
What's his name?
Cole Kmet.
Yeah, Kmet. Guys, this is the rookie quarterback's best friend. I've won twice there with player props. My biggest player prop of the year, I dropped $1,000 on it, and he smashed it by halftime. Anytime this kid's in trouble, he looks right for him. I'm going to take his over yardage and his receptions. I mean, a no-brainer at home. Do you know what that is by any chance, Bryce?
Receiving props for Cole Kmet. Let's see.
I'm looking for it right now. What does everyone think in the chat? What do you guys like for Thursday night football?
Let's let the chat kind of go up here. Do you like while I find that, I'm noticing that Bajent's at 184 passing yards.
184?
Yeah.
I mean, he might control. They might control this game on the ground, dude. I don't see. So? I always like rookie quarterbacks to have passing yardage if I feel like they're going to be playing from behind. But I think they're playing from ahead, and they're going to be running the shit out of the ball.
Yeah, dude. Fucking FanDuel doesn't even have the lines out yet for wide receivers.
They don't?
For Bears. They have everything Panthers.
Huh, that's weird.
They have nothing Bears out. That's
really. But anyway, guys, like I said, this is another fast show. Tune in tomorrow because we're gonna induct the first dog of the year. He will always be there. This is someone that I've known for a while. He's changed the industry. Do you guys even know who I'm talking about? Does anyone, any guesses? But anyway, I'm going to stick him on this doghouse. And you guys, if you haven't seen the doghouse, should I show everyone the doghouse or should we wait till tomorrow?
Maybe give him a sneak peek. Yeah.
Oh, we'll give him. Okay. Now listen, not only am I the fucking star of this show, but I'm also the cameraman. So I got to walk away for a second. Let me move this. Let's see if I could get, and this is going to be this is I guess I'd have to zoom out. I don't know if I can. Let me see. Nope, that's zoom in. That's as far as it goes. But anyway, this is my stupid little doghouse. You can't even see the full look. I'll go down. We got even the shit carpet. But anyway, this is the dog. I will be introducing, that goes my little Hall of Fame, or if you've been the dog of the week, someone that won us money that you fucking grinded, you'll go on that wall for the week. But I'll also put a few people on there that I believe should be on there forever. So there's my little doghouse for the dog.
Looks like on DK, Komet's 34.5 yards.
Oh, yeah. That is fucking money, dude. I feel like I should drop thousands of dollars on that. Maybe I'm going to get caught with my hand in the cookie jar, but I feel like that should be it. I mean.
Yeah. Can someone look at what his receptions is? I can't get on my phone because that's how we're live on TikTok.
34 fucking yards, dude. He had that by halftime.
Yeah. Is his receptions, 3.5?
I think he had 2 touchdowns and 80 some yards. I don't know. Can someone look at that? Yeah, I mean that guy right there is going to be, as long as we have this rookie quarterback, I know he looks for that dude any chance I think he looks for him as his number 1 receiver right off the rip.
Yes, I mean last week against the Saints, he had 6 receptions, 55 yards, 2 touchdowns.
How many touchdowns?
2.
That's ludicrous, dude.
And then the week before that with the Chargers, he had 10 receptions for 79 yards.
Yeah, no, he's looking for him. And before the books can I thought they would adjust this week, but I think he should be at 45 yards reception. But I guess the books are just tempting me to fucking throw all my cash on there and see what happens. But
yeah, he's a beast. He's definitely the number 1 target for.
For sure. That is his little security blanket.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys coming out. I know Monday through Friday, I'm always going to do this show 2 p.m. Eastern. Like I said, I'm going to have guests on all the time. We'll be talking sports. And I think tonight I'll be on Lloyd's show, right?
Yeah, tonight we're planning on Lloyd's show, Locks live stream, 6 p.m., same location on Twitch.
Right here on Twitch, guys. The link is in the bio if you want to join that. 6 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, guys, I appreciate you guys coming. And remember, Join the So Bet so you can get all my picks and plays, guys. We got to go on a run. We went psycho week 1 and 2. I went up over 130 units week 1 and 2. And since then, I've been riding the wave, haven't done good, went really good last week. I won I think $1,500 last week for the team with the Lions winning on Monday Night Football, but then gave it all back again last week. So that's the wave we've been riding. But anyway, let's just stay on it, and we'll see you. I'll see you guys tomorrow.